What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Invest Daily. If this is your first time tuning in, I just want to say I appreciate you. If you've been tuning in, I appreciate you. If you enjoy the content, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps your boy out, gets the videos out to all of you who enjoy this type of content. So today's video is going to be talking about Metazoo marketing and pricing analysis through TCG Player. So a lot of stuff has been happening in the metasphere with Metazoo, right? So if you look on their official Discord, you see no lack of collaborations and products coming out and a lot of things in the works. And one of the big ones is UFO. So a lot of people, if you are not a fan of Metazoo and you knew that they had a Men in Black card, really that's all you have to say, right? That's going to excite you enough to become a fan of Metazoo. You open some packs and you get hooked. And that's what I love about Metazoo. Something is drawing me in, the artwork, the community, right? All of it. I just love it. I love how there's just so many things coming out and so much hype all the time. And I understand it can fatigue a lot of people. But for me, it's just no lack of excitement because I pick and I choose what I want. So I hope that you enjoy it as well. If you do not know about Metazoo, Wilderness is the current set out. And just to mention, right, for market, what typically happens with a lot of markets, especially for Metazoo, right? They drove that hype really, really well. So when the product came out, it really wasn't much of anything. It took off like a rocket, right? The Crypto Nation first edition boxes, the Kickstarter boxes, and they know how to create that hype. They know how to make things seem very, very rare. And sometimes it can make some people upset, but it's good for the collections. It's good for the investing side as well. So the market had went up, went up, went up. Nightfall Boxes, a long time ago when they first came out, they were roughly floating right around $350. They dropped down below $180. They were really, really low. And now things are gradually starting to move back up. But you still have some very, very good buys out there. You still have some product that is down, and a lot of people are fretting and scared of the market, thinking that it's crashing, but it's a healthy market, right? People are still interested in Metazoo. They are still buying Metazoo after Metazoo card, just like the New York promotion. People are literally driving 8+ hours to New York to get that New York promotion card. And when you look here at TCG Player, you see Wilderness, and you can see that the market price right now is $96.89. Now, a lot of these boxes, right, especially even the second edition Crypto Nation, if you like Crypto Nation, then, you know, second edition is really your go-to. If you cannot afford Crypto Nation first edition, then the same cards are in Crypto Nation second edition, and the boxes right now, the market is only $83 and are as low as $79.49. Now that is much lower because when you look at all of the boxes across the spectrum, they come out MSRP right around $143 on the Metazoo marketplace, and that's how much they're still going to cost if you go on the Metazoo marketplace. So when you go in places like Channel Fireball and stuff like that, you're going to have people undercutting each other, which brings the market down. And Mike and a lot of people don't like that because what happens is you drive the market down, you can crash the market. There's a lot of inherent risk with that, but it's good for people like us that want to get our hands on some boxes. But if you are an investor, if you like to invest in these boxes, it's also a bad thing. And here's an example. So say Wilderness was a highly anticipated set. It came out, it hovered right around $120. I'm thinking that this is a good deal, right? Because it's a massive block, a segment within Metazoo. And say Nightfall right now is hovering right around $200. And I'm buying these boxes at $120 thinking that they're going to hit $200 just like Nightfall. And then bam, they go to $96, which is well below what the MSRP is for Metazoo. So it drives the price down, which means that I can buy more in return, but it also means that it could bring down my investment, but it's a short game, right? That's a short period. So for me, investment-wise, it's the long game. I'm looking at it through a long lens, like 5 years, 10 years, and typically on these Pokemon sets, these Pokemon booster boxes, 5 years has been a pretty good sweet spot when you're looking at like Sun and Moon and X and Y. Over time, as these boxes start to diminish and dry up, your prices start to go back up if it's still in demand. But just like Pokemon, one thing I've looked at over the years is it's the cards that's in the set, right? So when you have like Flashfire, you have a lot of Charizards, or you have, you know, Rayquazas in the set, then over time that box does incredibly well unless you have something. I think there was some other sets, maybe it was Furious Fist, but it's been a very, very long time. But you have some sets that wasn't very, very desirable back in the day, but it's been so long that since the product is out of print, people forget really how good that set was. And it's very rare. And then the price goes up because people want it for their collection. And the same thing can happen for Metazoo. So just like Wilderness, the front of the box has Bigfoot on it. And a lot of people were speculating that Bigfoot would be one of the top cards. And it actually is, because a lot of people can tie themselves to the background and the stories growing up and the nostalgia of Bigfoot. Mothman, I didn't really know who Mothman was before Metazoo came out, but it's a really cool looking card, and the market demanded the card. So obviously it's the front runner right now. But over time, this Wilderness box can definitely be a really, really good box to have because it's only $96. It's well below MSRP. There's some very, very good cards in the box. There's also you can get some bronze and some silver pools. If you haven't seen even your gold pool, if you look on the Metazoo Discord, there's some very, very, very desirable items that you can win for pulling one of those cards. Those are redemption cards to essentially get you, you can get a Kickstarter booster box. You can get the Mothman, which is the sample done by Mike Waddell himself. So these are some very, very high price, high dollar desirable products that if you happen to pull one of these, it is going to raise the price on these booster boxes because people are they're going to rip them like crazy to get one, right? If you can win a Kickstarter booster box, you're going to rip these boxes like crazy because the potential return for a Kickstarter booster box is a lot better, right? Because there were not many of them. So when you look at the market, let's look at Wilderness right here. So we have Wilderness, and we can see right now in the price history that gradually it has went down, came up a little bit, dipped down right around March 29th, and right around $102. And right here we're at $98. So not much. I would say between about probably close to half a month span, we've dipped down about $4. So not too bad. The median price being $115, and you can buy one right around $101. Or the market price at $96.89, possibly even cheaper, especially if you do best offer on eBay, so you can check that out as well. But this is a good time to stock up on this product. Now, moving back to the charts, we see a Nightfall booster box case. This is what a lot of people don't understand. When you see a sealed booster box case, generally you see a huge premium on a case, right? So you can say, hey, these are going for about $200 a piece. There's 6 boxes in a case. That should be roughly $1,200. Well, the market price right now actually is right at $1,200. So this is actually a really good deal for this case right here. But with Pokemon, generally we could see like a $300 to $400 premium on a sealed case. And a lot of people get mad about that, and they ask why if the boxes are going for much cheaper. And that's because, for one, you know that once you check it, you know it hasn't been tampered with, and the odds of you pulling something could be pretty good because you're not picking random boxes. You have a sealed case, so you know they were all in there. They have not been touched. They're all sealed. They're legitimate. They're good to go, and people just love sealed product. So to have a full case of 6 at $1,200 is a pretty good deal for Nightfall, especially when they came out and they were going for like $389. The second edition, really good price, $83, as low as $79.49. But if you can, grab the first edition. I say these are great if you want to pull some cards and just have them for your collection. I would say these are kind of like the second edition base set of Pokemon down the road if they ever get there, but definitely not your first edition. So your first edition boxes right now, it says second edition case $539, and then we have first edition booster box cases out of stock. So we also have one right here. We have a first edition booster box as low as $795. That is a really good deal. A couple months ago, these boxes were going for like $1,000, $1,200. But you can see right now they are moving sideways, right? Moving sideways. So they're not moving down, but they are trending sideways since like February timeframe all the way until April. So we went from roughly $878 and we're still sitting close to the $800 range or right above it. So this is not bad. This is a very desirable box. This is one of the best boxes you can get in all of Metazoo. And of course, the best being, if you can get one, is the non-alternating Kickstarter box, or the next best thing, the Kickstarter box. So these are as low as $6,250. And this is actually really good. These are moving sideways as well. This is only April right here. So the last like 6-day time frame, they have moved sideways. So the list median price is right around 15 grand, but you do have them as low as 62.50. And this is a really great deal, because a few months ago, these boxes were like $9,000–$10,000. So they have went down roughly $3,000 in the last couple months. Now, moving back, the last thing that we want to look at as far as the pricing market analysis is we are going to look at the Nightfall boxes, and you can see the Nightfall boxes have gradually went down. So a lot of good stuff on here. Get on here, check out the market. When you see it going down, it's a great time to buy. If you're really looking at it for an investment, what I want to show you right here is when we go back to the chart, when you start to gradually see this moving back up, that's what you want to be looking for, right? Because you know the market has hit the bottom. It's starting to trend back upwards. A catalyst can bring the market up. Some type of hype, right, can bring the market back up. Sometimes it can be too late. The market might just shoot back up, right? So if you think it's a great time to buy, if you've been trending sideways, if it's really not just continually going down, then this might be a good pickup point. Now, I do not see these boxes going way lower than $194. They might reach like $180, $170. But honestly, over time, these boxes I do feel are going to go up. The same with the first edition. They are going to go back to 1,000 plus. The Metazoo community is only growing, and there is no more abundance of first edition boxes for Nightfall and for Cryptid Nation. They are not printing anymore. Wilderness has quite the supply, right? It's a newer set. But with your first edition boxes, they are not going to grow in supply. And the way Whatnot has exploded, you know, people are ripping boxes like this and even Kickstarter boxes on a regular basis. So who knows how many Kickstarter boxes are left in the wild right now for Metazoo. But what I do know is probably not a lot. And that's why I say a Kickstarter box is probably the grail, the best thing you can buy right now. I have not had this much fun opening a card set for a while, right? Since Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon back in my child days. Now, I still rip Pokemon, but I'm saying this has given me the amount of fun. I mean, that Dragon Ball Super set as well, right? I am searching for that God Rare. But other than that, Metazoo is definitely an awesome card set, and awesome art, and awesome community. Check it out. I love all of you. I appreciate you for tuning in. If you like the content, drop a comment, show your boy some love. Don't just keep checking in. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you. I'll be back again with another video soon, and I'll see y'all later.